We should be live now. All right, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. We the brothers here from Great Millstone, Atlanta. Back with another live stream. Before we get started, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, safety, and much love to the elect that scattered around the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make the calling of election sure. As you can see, what the title reads, the power is in prophecy. And I was just speaking to the brothers. We was going into a lot of situations that's going to transpire here very soon in Babylon the Great, also known as America in modern times, man. And these are prophecies that were written of in the scriptures. And through the Spirit, the men of Great Millstone are massively prophesying on how God is trying to prevent these prophecies from happening. So he's trying to make it seem as if there's nothing going on out here, man.
That's right.
There's a lot going on out here, man. Okay? As a matter of fact, let's start out with 1 Peter, so like 2 Peter 1, and start at 19. And then from there, y'all brothers just take off, man.
Okay.
You know, we're going to start in 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 19.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
It's just like you said, 1st or 2nd Peter.
Let me see, 2 Peter chapter 1. Yeah, 19.
I got it.
Yep.
This is 2nd Peter chapter 1, verse 19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy.
Yeah, so it says we have a more sure word of prophecy. Because I'm going to say this, you do have some people out here that are Christians, that are of different denominations, that know it's going to be a world war that's going to pop off. They know that the world is going to be destroyed by fire. They know that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. They do know certain prophecies, but our word of prophecy is more sure. We can go in depth with these prophecies, okay? And because we can do so, these things are, because we cover more ground through prophesying, okay? We prophesying about a vast amount of scenarios and situations that's going to take place. We go into famine, pestilence, martial law, RFID microchip, World War III, the economy. Give me some more, Aki. Health, the concentration camp, the restoration of the nation of Israel. Salvation. We speak about miracles. Chariots. Okay? We have a more sure word of prophecy. We go more in depth with the things that's going to transpire. And because we speak these things, they're actually coming into existence. That's where the power is at. I know you was holding one too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Pastor.
This is a quick precept. This is Titus chapter 1 and 3, because you're speaking about how the prophecies come through our sayings. It says Titus 1 and 3, but hath in due times manifested his word through preaching, which is committed unto me according to the commandment of Yahweh, our power, our Savior.
Yeah, and all of the brothers that's a part of the elect are preachers. When you go into the word, the Hebrew word for preacher is qua alaf. Okay? And that's what it means, preacher. Okay? And did not the Lord say he anointed us to preach good tidings? So what is the good tidings? The good news. That when you go into an evangelist, what does that mean? A bringer of good news. Okay? So we all are evangelists for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, according to the measure. And because we evangelizing, this good news is starting to manifest. Okay? It's starting to happen. This, like I'm going to quote it again. The scripture say what? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So we speak in life. And because we speak in life, we seeing all of these prophecies just picking up the pace, man. Okay? Every prophecy that's written of in the scriptures, you seeing major implications of it right now. You see, we speak about race war right now. What are we seeing? We seeing tension and animosity between blacks and whites. I think it was you, Albert, you mentioned it yesterday on the group chat. You said you was talking to a lady, and just a common lady. I don't know if the brother said she was a Jake. Matter of fact, you can speak on it, but the point I wanted to make was she told the brother that the racial tension is so thick that you can cut it with a knife, man.
Yeah, the lady was a young Jake woman, and she was just speaking about how she works at Georgia Tech and as a cook, and how the students there be calling them nigger workers, and how she basically she's like, I'm not a racist, and I'm like, you know, wrong with being a racist, you know. But in a 10-minute ride, I couldn't break down to her properly dealing with that issue. But again, it's not even about that. And that in the times it's coming, you know, Jake just gonna see something that's different than them, and they're gonna attack. You know.
That's right. Yeah, if I was gonna say too before you get your scripture, that's why we know, man, that basically the real prophets of the Lord are being a manifest, man. You know, that's what separates Great Millstone from all you other camps, man. You know, while here we are prophesying, bringing out current events, going to the deep breakdowns, while the other camps doing videos of how to pick your afro and fry lamb on the Sabbath,
grow a beard,
and how to shut up and job, with the wife and kids and all that. We ain't supposed to be doing videos like that, man. We're supposed to be prophesying the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
I got something, right?
Oh, yeah, whichever.
Yeah, just bring it up.
Yeah. The back of what the brother was saying, the elder brother was saying, this is 2 Samuel 3:1. Now there was long war between the house of Saul and the house of David.
Hey, that's back on. That's happening now, man. A lot of you false camps, you fall under the house of Saul, man.
That's right.
All right, and the house of David, man. Great Millstone is the house of David, right?
That's right. But David waxed stronger and stronger.
That's what's happening, man. All right, while all you other camps is being exposed, you're falling. You're being exposed for the phonies that you are. The house of David is waxing stronger and stronger, man.
And that was seen with when Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Tahar ran into
there you go.
to Lahab.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, the spiritual. Yep.
Is it on that?
Oh, continuing on, it says, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker.
There you go. Yeah, you're waxing weaker and weaker, man. You're being broken down, you're being exposed.
You don't got the spirit.
Yeah, because you don't got the spirit of the Lord on you, man. All right, and the Lord is making that separation, man, between who is His and who's not His.
That's right.
It's
no gray area.
That's right. No gray. It's either being made plain. So
either you're a first fruit or you're not.
There you go.
That's it.
That's right.
I got something.
Go ahead.
This is a few verses. I'm gonna read it quick. This is St. John 4:19. And it says, the woman said unto him, and the hymn is Yahushai, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Yahushua said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship, but ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
That's right. And it's all about worshiping Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the right spirit. And what spirit has He poured out? Prophecy.
Right.
He's poured out the spirit of prophecy. So if you straining at a net, you falling out with you ain't looking at the apostles and elders because you believe that you can teach with your head covered. So now you ain't giving double honors. Bro, you ain't worried about the prophecies.
Nope.
Okay? You worried about self-glorification, your self-will, and there's one characteristic that the Lord said that you are not to have if you desire the office of a bishop. He said you can't be self-willed. And a lot of you guys are being self-willed, and the Lord is looking at that, and He's just utterly just taking everything that He's giving you away.
That's right.
And He's filling up the body of Great Millstone with that spirit of prophecy, man.
Yeah.
And that's gonna equate into spiritual powers and miracles, man. You got it, bro.
And it says, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in the spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship Him. The Most High is a spirit. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is a spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. Like you said, these other you got camps in Israel. They got certain things right. They know the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. Nasty Nas and Shai knows that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip.
Right.
But he's off on everything else, so it doesn't matter. So you gotta have this all, and the only way you're gonna have all the 100% truth as if you're being led by the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy.
That's right, brother. And let's go back to that 2 Peter 1 and 20. We're gonna read all of that through, and then somebody hold for me also Psalms 19 and 7. And you got it in there.
Okay. All right, this is 2 Peter chapter 1. I'm going to reread verse 19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place.
That's right. So you're supposed to take heed to the sure word of prophecy. Now, out of all of these Israelite camps, who's out here prophesying day in and day out? You got guys out here that's doing, Israelites doing mechanical videos. You got guys out here doing hip hop exposure videos every time you turn around. But who really digging into the prophecies of the scriptures? Right. Going into
wedding videos.
Weddings, yeah, you got the IUIC guys, they do a whole 3-4 hour weddings and tape it, and it'd be so whack. The wedding just seemed boring. Playing the violin, women up there cutting the rug. But who's really going into these prophecies, man? Who's really going into the dark parables and the sayings of Yahweh Shai? So it say you're supposed to trust that word, that light, and be led by that light. And I want to get that word sure right here in the Greek. The word there is let me see it.
Strong's G 949. Bebayos.
It says bebayas, right? Now it says stable, fast, firm. Okay? Oh, let me see something here. Yeah. Salaki. I'm gonna go back to that word. I had my volume up. But the definition for the word sure, when the scriptures say we have a more sure word of prophecy, it means stable, fast, firm, trusty. Okay? And then I'm gonna go down, it says through the idea of docility, stable, firm, or force, steadfast, sure. Okay? So these prophecies that's being pushed out, they're unmovable. And why are they unmovable? Because they're coming to pass.
That's right.
All right? They're actually happening.
Yeah.
So you can't move it. You can't say, hey, well, that ain't right. This is coming to pass.
That's right.
That's what makes it firm. That's what makes it sure. Because they're actually, we speaking about the chariots, and then what's happened? Everybody's getting footage of chariots.
That's right.
We speaking about the race wars back when you Negroes was doing the 20-year mark for the Million Man March, trying to get with hand in hand with the so-called white man. This is when it was cool with Negroes and Edomites. You had Edomites at the Million Man March. Yeah. Barack Obama came in, kind of bridged the gap between Esau and Jake. But now you're seeing an all-out war between these people, man.
If I could add, and us brothers here, by no means have we been hitting the highways and byways 10, 15 years, 20 years, but just in the short period of us being and hitting these highways and byways in Atlanta, it used to be a time where when we used to go to the camp and we used to speak about, the white man is your enemy, people really used to scoff at us. People don't scoff at that no more. People do not scoff at us bringing to the forefront the racial tensions happening in America because it's in your face. When Trayvon Martin got shot and we was out in the highways and byways speaking about that, people looked at us like we were the crazy ones. We're racist. We're the haters. We were all those things. But now we live in a system now where you have people telling you in a conversation with a stranger, I believe I'm a racist. I can't stand white people. White people fucking get on my... This is the tone that's coming from people.
And I hear that a lot. And that now that sentiment is being embraced by just a common person without no working understanding of the Bible. Why? Because that's prophecy.
That's right.
That's why it's happening like that. It's prophecy. And who's pushing that like that? The Israelites, man.
Yeah, that's right.
More so the men of Great Millstone, but we'll be fair. And the Israelites, they push that, man. All right, but the men of Great Millstone, the word of prophecy is more sure. Okay, we go in depth with these things, man. We talk about miracles and wonders and how High Priest Ariel gonna come back. Ain't nobody talking about who's the High Priest Joshua and how he gonna come back.
That's right.
Who's speaking about that prophecy?
That's right.
In Zechariah the 3rd chapter. Who's going into that? Nobody, except for Great Millstone. So the word of prophecy here is more sure. It's more vast. It covers a lot of prophecies, and everything that we speak according to the spirit of Yahweh Shai will come to pass. You know,
real quick.
Real quick, just let them finish that,
Yeah.
just so we can clear that, and then we can go there. You good? Just finish it off, bro.
Thomas will finish it off in the 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 19, the rest of this verse. Unto the day of dawn and the day star arise in your hearts.
And that's Yahweh Shai. That day star. Okay, arise in your hearts. Now go ahead, Abba, you got it.
This is Isaiah 55:11, and it reads.
That's what I had to
Yeah, they got
the spirit.
It says, so shall my words, let's go straight to the point. So shall my words be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the things whereto I send it.
You got it, bro.
No, I would no break. You got it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you know, the spirit, I'm gonna pull the same scripture, but I go right with Taliban was saying, man, how the prophecies are going out. The prophecies are going out and they're coming to pass, man. You know? Why? Because they're coming from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Lay it out, bro.
All right, and whatever he proclaimed, all right, the words that are written, like you said, man, they're unmovable, man. It's sure.
Yep.
You know, it's forceful. It's firm. It's firm. It can't be changed or moved or stopped. You know, it's saying Romans 3:3, what if some did not believe? All right, for what if some I go
What if some did not believe, will it make the faith of the Most High without effect?
That's right, man. Most High forbid, man. So whatever is written is already is concrete in stone, man.
Yep.
It's going to come to pass.
Yep.
I wanted to add too.
Yep.
Like in this camp alone, I think it was Tuesday night. We were talking about there's certain pestilence going around in Atlanta.
Yeah.
How this city is just filled up with debauchery and is decaying.
Right.
And what did the Lord do at 4:14 in the morning? He said a 4.4 earthquake from I think the city was called Spring Hill, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And then you can feel that all the way in Atlanta. So what the prophets are speaking are coming to pass. Everything that's in scriptures like Luke 21, Matthew 24, it's all coming to speak through the prophets.
That's right. That's right.
That's right, man.
That's right.
Let's get that Psalms 19 and 7.
This is Psalm 19:7. It says, "The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul,
Go ahead.
comforting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure."
The what?
The testimony of the Lord is sure.
It says the testimony of the Lord is sure. Somebody give me Revelation chapter 19 and verse 10. Let's see what the testimony is. All right, bring it out, and then we're going to go back to that.
This is Revelation 19:10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
Go ahead.
Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh.
It says the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Is the spirit of prophecy.
Woo! It said it is the spirit of prophecy. That is the testimony. Okay?
That's right.
That these words, to sum up the Holy Bible, is a book of prophecy, man. From the beginning all the way up until now. What was one of the most the most major things that happened in the book of Genesis? When the 12 sons of Jacob got the prophecies. What will befall them in the last times. So even in the book of Genesis, it was prophecies coming about, man. In the beginning, the whole testimony is a testimony of prophecy.
Hey, Genesis was that the 3rd chapter when Adam and Eve went off.
Yep.
And the Lord read Adam, Eve, and the serpent his rights. That was prophecy.
Hey, and then in the 15th verse, he said he gonna put enmity between the serpent and Nasi. That was a prophecy.
That's prophecy. It didn't happen right then.
That's heavy, man. So it say what? It say the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the testimony of prophecy. So when you come out in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you're supposed to be prophesying. All right? Hey, I'm gonna hit you with this. Exhorting one another is prophesying, man. because you encouraging the member of the elect to achieve a goal that was prophesied. That go to show you like prophecy sums up everything, man. All right, and you and whatever gift you have, you forward your gift through charity. You give it to the body, you know. But go back to that Psalms 19, then you can pull that precept you had on that.
Come. It says, the testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
Yeah, making wise the simple. At one point in time, all of us, we was walking in a simplistic mind frame. We had no idea where we was at. You know, we had lineups, waiting, you know, sleeping, camping outside for Jordans. You know, putting granulated sugar in cornflakes, and whole milk. We was all being simple as hell, man. You know, but the Lord, through the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy, we looking at this whole thing now like, oh, well, we got to get right. What we got to do? We got out of that simplistic state of mind. All right? That right there was a prophecy. Okay? So we saying all this to say that the power is in prophecies. All right? When we have the power, and it's going to increase on a level, on a higher frequency, where the prophets are going to say things and it's going to actually manifest at that moment, man. Okay?
I got one real quick.
Okay, Con, then you bring out yours.
This is
Hey,
Hosea 6:1, and it reads, "Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn, and he will heal us. He hath smitten, and he will bind us up. After 2 days will he revive us, and in the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight." So just another prophecy that is being spoken and is coming to life right before our eyes.
Yep.
And like how you were saying about exhorting and going out to the highways and byways, that's actually going into binding up the hurt, and healing up with spirit, in the spirit.
Absolutely, bro. You know, and bring out what you got, and then somebody get me Revelation 11:11.
This is Psalm chapter 111:7. It says the works of the hand, Salash, the works of his hands are verity and judgment. All his commandments are sure.
See, that word sure again, meaning they firm. Okay? They firm, they rooted. Okay? So when that, like the brother brought out earlier, the Lord said every word that he speak will not come back void, man. It will be accomplished. Okay? So the power of these words is when you speak them. Okay? Because you're speaking them into existence. They're actually living. Okay? And you see, hey, that's why you have to be what? You got to be firm when you prophesy. You can't be out there, well, I think.
Right.
Letting people that have zero understanding confound you. You know, being unsure. No, this is a sure word of prophecy. You know, that's why the Lord said, they stood boldly before the face of such that have a foot. What makes us so bold to be able to say this? Because we know it's sure. We have faith that these words are etched in stone. You know, that's what makes us so bold to speak it, because we believe it to be true, and they are true. Okay, Esau knows that as a fact. Okay, that's why he's trying to sweep a lot of this chaotic activity up under the rug. You know, he want to keep people in that docile mind frame, as if ain't nothing going on out here. Hella shit going on out here, bro. They ain't reporting it. You know, because they want to keep you in that real calm, you know, neutered, unworried mind frame, and then they just gonna boom, they gonna hit you with it, man.
They want to keep everyone dormant. When you're dormant, you sleep. The scriptures talk about the masses of people being asleep. If you kept someone asleep, that's what Jake like to say, man, I'm gonna sleep his ass. You know, I'm gonna sneak his ass. Because he's catching someone asleep.
That's your most vulnerable state.
That's your most vulnerable state. If I may, because Psalm 111 it said verity. The word verity means faithfulness and truth. So when we speak these words via in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, by Shem L'Chakadash, they're faithful and true. they're gonna come out and they're gonna manifest themselves.
Absolutely.
You know, and we're gonna see it right before.
You said the word. You said it's like verity. It goes like the word verified.
Verified.
Like it's verified through the spirit.
Yeah.
You know, it got that spiritual check mark, man. It's
Yeah.
verified.
Verify that account on Instagram.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Verified IG, man.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah, you have, I know.
Yeah,
I want to get y'all, my brother, what that precepts out.
Precepts?
That was a more, you want the revelation?
Yeah, well, we can start at 3.
3 and jump down.
Revelation 11 and 3.
Prophesy.
I got it.
Yeah.
Sackcloth. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 11, verse 3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days.
Yep, and those 2 witnesses represents the northern and the southern kingdom. Okay, the house of Israel and the house of Judah.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, those are the 2 witnesses. It's not talking about 2 men. You know, it's talking about the two kingdoms of Israel.
Right.
Okay, keep going up.
It says, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth.
Right, and that represents a particular number, a time frame. I can't remember what it represents, but it says clothed in sackcloth.
It's really
Okay.
talking about that. You be in that time bubble, so to speak. Now you in sackcloth, man.
Yep.
We in the state of mourning.
Yeah.
That's how you know who the real prophets are, man. You look at Break Millstone and look at compared to the other groups, man. You know they got the Planet of the Apes, back to the Future garments, looking like you know,
It look like
characters in them fighting game, man.
yeah,
You know, gold, you know all this stuff on, man.
yeah.
You know,
It's
that's how
shining a mile away,
yeah,
man.
shining. You know, they're already in their glory, man. But it says the prophet they're gonna prophesy in sackcloth, man. Cause we in the state of mourning, man.
That's right.
You know, that's how you know.
Yahushua said that in Matthew, the 11th chapter. It said those that are in Saul's reign
That's
are
right.
in the king's
That's right.
in the king's seat.
Yep.
Roughly paraphrased.
Yep.
So he said, what came forth for you to see? You know, but they was looking at Yahushua. Yahushua didn't have on these illustrious garments, man.
Right.
You know, he came in riding on a donkey, but guess what? They couldn't do nothing with the prophecies he was speaking.
That's right.
That's what he was trying to show them. This where the power is. Y'all looking at other shit.
Yeah.
But they can say all this about Great Millstone, but one thing you can't do, you can't stop us from prophesying.
Right.
You can't stop us from prophesying. Okay?
Right.
Even Yahushua prophesied before he got crucified. You couldn't stop him. You beat him. You tried to discourage him and say and mock him and give him gall to drink.
Yeah.
He still prophesied.
He prophesied that it was like Matthew the 24th chapter that the temple was gonna, which that was a spiritual prophecy anyway, but they were being carnal, that he was gonna destroy the temple and raise it back up.
Yep.
But what happened? They killed him, and the temple in Jerusalem was still ransacked.
Yep.
So even though they put hands on him and killed him, it ain't like that just stopped the temple and Israel being ransacked.
Yep.
It happened because it was prophesied.
I
You
got
know?
one, sir.
Come, bring it out.
A few verses. This is Jeremiah 28, we start at verse 7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries.
Yep. See, so that's one aspect of a prophet. When you speak about the destiny of a country. Go ahead.
And against great kingdoms.
And notice the key word in there is against. Okay? Now we prophesying against this country of Americas, the kingdom of the elite Edomites, because this is their kingdom, right? This is their rulership, this is their authority. Go ahead.
Of war.
Of what?
Of war.
So we prophesy of war.
Yep.
Now what in the hell are you talking about volcanoes? The prophets prophesied of war. When you go back to the times and the destructions of certain kingdoms, they fell through war.
That's right. That's right.
They fell through war. You know, damn kingdom was wiped out from volcanoes or nothing like that. Maybe cities got hit,
Right.
but a kingdom, a whole rulership was not wiped out by volcanoes.
Right.
So for you to even try to come with that argument, it shows your lack of understanding in history. Because the prophets prophesied of wars.
That's That's right.
All right. So what do they have? What purpose are the missiles for then? Just for display? You know. Now you got you guys, which I don't even want to give them no shine. They know who they are. Speaking about that the instrument in Isaiah the 54th chapter is the smith is Yahweh Shai, and the instrument is what was when he come back or something like that. But when you read 2nd Ezra the 13th chapter, it say that when Yahweh Shai, the Son of Man, came back, he had no instrument in his hand. Cut. Because the instrument is the missiles. Because we prophesied of war.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
And of evil and of pestilence.
Yeah, meaning bad times and disease. All right, the brother Ainah just did a video the other day, great video, going into the HIV epidemic.
Oh, yeah.
In Atlanta, Georgia, man. All right, over 30,000 people reported are infected with the AIDS virus, man, which the brother called it GRID. You know?
Yeah.
And that's an epidemic, man. Okay, and trust and believe, man, the numbers are high.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the thing too. Like you mentioned how Esau's a goddamn liar and a damn piece of crap. It's that way. A lot of times with the news, man, like you say, he sweeping things under the rug, but he be going about the death toll a lot of times, man. Yeah, there's only 20 people died. Yeah, man, who you kidding, man?
Right.
You know, he always lowering numbers and playing with the stats and trying to make it seem like it's not that bad.
Yep.
Puerto Rico with that hurricane.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
It's all deception tactics.
deception, man.
If I can add to brother Aratazai's point, there's even with Esau playing with numbers like that. That's really even Esau trying to hide and minimize the judgment too, because that's really that's judgment going forward.
Yeah,
Right,
that's right. Yeah.
That's a good point. See, Esau don't want people to think that the Lord is judging this place. Because when you start seeing like judgment on an astronomical scale, subconsciously, everybody, I don't care who it is, subconsciously when you see great judgment, the first thing you begin to involve in the equation is a higher power.
Yeah,
Period.
I had a lady I picked up, and this is when the fire in California was blazing in full effect, and she made a comment to me that basically she said, "I don't know what those people are doing out there, but they need to get right with God." And I'm looking at her like, it might be a little too late for that, but again, that you said. Everybody, when something bad happens, the term that they'll use is a biblical proportion.
Yeah.
So like you said, when people start seeing things happening on a grand scale, they're gonna equate it to the Lord, which is scriptural. Hosea 5:15.
And because that's always been the way that the Heavenly Father showed His power, was through judgment. So what Esau does is he tries to minimize the judgment. It was only this amount of people, so then people are like, well, this was a natural disaster or a freak accident.
Right.
But when you start seeing certain things that's going to be happening on astronomical levels, the first thing people going to do, like, man, that's the Lord doing this. Okay?
Especially with Israelites.
Hold on real quick, let me finish this.
Because brother Tazman made a point too, kind of going into false prophets, even men in Israel that stand so-called stand on the name Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and us, the topic going into the powers and the prophecy. Really, and even if you think about it, we're prophesying about salvation too, because when salvation actually hits, and the elect's gonna be saved through who? The elect 144,000 men. Then it's going to be shown like those are the men of the Lord.
Yep.
That's how it's going to know that those men who stood on that prophecy
Yep.
and pushed the prophecy for the extended amount of time. That showed where the power was with them because the word came through them.
And in that day, the men of the Lord will be the only ones professing it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be the only ones actually giving a clear answer as to what's going on. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is going to be in a state of questioning. But the men of the Lord gonna have all the answers, man. See, what's happening right now is Esau has diminished or tried to diminish the power of a prophet. A prophet back in the day was highly respected. Okay? A prophet is the highest seat that you can be in the flesh. Okay? A prophet. All right? And the prophets, the Lord has raised up 144,000 prophets. And they're prophesying right now, but nobody wants to listen because they don't understand the power of a prophet. But as we continue to speak these things and they start to happen on a higher level and a higher frequency, it's going to cause everybody to look at the prophets. What the hell is going on out here?
Yep.
You
That's
know?
why it says that, I'll just quote it, if I can't get it real quick. In Ezekiel 33 and 33, and it says, and then shall it be known that there was a prophet among you. And you know, that whole chapter goes into the Lord sending a sword on the land.
Yep.
So that part of that sword is the pestilence, the martial law, famines, race wars. All that's part of that sword. Going down to nuclear destruction.
Yep.
But when all that shit happens, that's going to be a proving point to all you people that the prophets of the Lord are right, man.
Yep.
That they've been right this whole time.
Yeah.
That this devil, that the so-called white man is the devil.
Yep. Yeah. We prophesy. Look at all the stuff we prophesy about: guillotines.
Yep.
You know, like I said, miracles, wonders,
pestilences.
Yeah, signs in the heavens. We got one coming up. Hey, these Christian churches ain't talking about this lunar eclipse coming in January, man. Who's talking about it? Who's prophesying about it and equating it? Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, the other camps ain't even going into it, but and you have certain scientists or astronomers and things of that nature that may report it,
Right.
but who's tying it into the scriptures? That's the thing. That's what makes a man a prophet, when you have the testimony of Yahweh Shai and you equate the scenery and the events that's happening worldwide in the scriptures. Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't come up with a conclusion of this all goes back to the scriptures. Only the prophets. And because we have that sure word, the Lord is about to bless the mouths and the hands of the prophets, to where these prophecies gonna start kicking in gear. And we talking about kicking, baby.
Right.
All right? We talking about hitting. We talking about quick too. All right? We talking about these prophecies gonna start hitting as soon as certain prophets say it, man. Okay? That's what because that's where the power's at, man. This is the whole testimony of Yahweh Shai that he left. So you already know, as soon as he strike that match, okay, it's gonna be on and popping, man. Okay? Let's finish
If I
up.
can reread that verse and then read one more.
We have two, right?
This is Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
That's right, go ahead.
The prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known
Yep.
that the Lord Yahweh Shai hath truly sent him.
Who push all these peace prophecies out here, man? Christianity, Christians.
Yep.
Really black Christians. T.D. Jakes. You got the you're a bag of bones now, but Eddie Long, Creflo, Martin Luther King, all these big lip civil rights niggas that was pushing all that peace, man. You know, pushing hella peace, but it ain't come to pass yet.
That's right.
It's still going down out here, man. It's still going down. Our people are still being targeted. We still on the bottom of the totem pole. There's no peace. Ain't no little white boys and little white girls holding hands worldwide, man. You just had this little white girl in London that blamed the cake eating on the Negro, man.
For real.
It ain't that.
Yeah.
So the prophet that prophesied peace, when it come to pass, we gonna see, okay, who's talking about war and evil and pestilence, and who was talking about peace. Okay?
If I can make a quick point too, because even when you go back to Revelation, the 19th chapter, it said, speaking about the testimony of who? The testify of Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
Now, if you read that in English, you say, oh, the testimony of Jesus. Jesus ain't the way. Yahweh Shai is the way, because even in with the meaning of Yahweh Shai's name is what? He saves and he delivers. He's the deliverer. All right? So even having understanding of that, we're not telling you that, you know, do what you gotta do right now and get right with the Lord, and in 4 years you're gonna be, you know, saved through. No, we're telling you that no man knows the time of our redemption except for the Most High.
That's right.
And when the man Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, the Judite, the strong man of the tribe of Judah comes back, that's when Lord we're gonna be saved.
Yep.
And that's what we're hanging our hat on, because it says the prophet that prophesied of peace. This is all, we're really prophesying to one day live peacefully. All right, but that peace has to come through death and destruction, and a lot of people getting their heads cracked in, man. That's just the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, when all the skull cracking and internal intestinal bleeding hits the streets of America, and then that peace comes, you're gonna know who sent those men, who was sent to save the elect of the nation of Israel, man. That's when you're gonna know who has the truth, man. The spirit of prophecy, the spirit of Yahweh Shai.
That's right, dog. You're right, bro. No way,
I got a precept, 2 verses, because it goes into prophecy and it goes into how everybody's going to know that the Lord did this. This is Ezekiel 39:6. It says, I will send fire on Magog, and going into, when you go in geographically, we understand that Magog and Gog and Meshach and Tubal is a region of Russia. So this is a prophecy on Russia. It says, I will send a fire on Magog and among them that dwell carelessly in the isles, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Verse 7. So I will make my holy name known in the midst of my people Israel. So even to you 2/3.
Yeah.
Okay? And I will not let them pollute my holy name anymore. I'm not going to mention any names of certain camps. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not giving y'all not 1 second of fame.
Yeah, because they on the decline anyway.
They on the decline anyway. That's right. But you know who you are. And the heathen shall know that I am the Lord, the Holy One in Israel. So everybody's going to know the name of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, because what he said in verse 6, he will send fire on Magog, and also this whore that we live in today, via what? The nuclear ICBM missiles that his spirit is going to be on, according to Joel, the 2nd chapter, where it says they won't break ranks. Okay, and they're going to hit every single target. But that's a prophecy that's an example of a prophecy that we speak daily. Daily we speak that the ICBM missiles are going to come and hit America.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen. We see everything. We're talking about the race wars. We're talking about the pestilence. We see pestilence going on. We talk about the earthquakes. We see natural disasters and hurricanes going on. We talk about these things. And we see them happening. But we talk every single day about the missiles. So what's some more? The missiles coming. Okay? It's going to happen. If all these other things that we speak about happen, the missiles are definitely going to come happen. And everybody's going to know that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai was the one who did it. Because that's what we profess.
Hey, somebody get Psalms 83 and 15. Just to add to that brother's precept.
This is, I'm
got it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Go ahead.
This is Psalm chapter 83. This is Psalm chapter 83 and 15. It says, so persecute them with thy so persecute them with thy tempest,
Go ahead.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Go ahead.
Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord.
That they may do what?
Seek thy name, O Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
All right, go to the next verse. That's what we're going at.
It says, verse 17, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yeah, let them be put to shame and perish.
Go ahead.
Verse 18, that men may know.
That they may know. Go ahead.
That thou.
Go ahead.
Whose name is Yahweh.
Go ahead.
And that's in all caps.
Yeah, it say in that scripture, in that verse right there, it say Jehovah.
That's right.
But it's Yahweh.
That's
so
right.
what the brother's saying, when all these things start popping off, they gonna know that it's Yahweh who did it.
That's right.
It ain't gonna be God. Yeah, God doing that. No, they gonna know it's Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shai. He gonna get his point across. Go ahead.
That's right. Art the Most High over all the earth.
That's right. So he gonna terrify people. He gonna confound people. He gonna shake a lot of people up. Give me Psalm 65 and 5.
I got a quick one.
I had some too.
No, go ahead.
I got a real quick one.
Rotation.
This is Isaiah 2 and 17. And it says, "In the loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men shall be made low, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day."
Man,
If I may say, because you have brought that out, it says the loftiness and the haughtiness.
Yeah.
Those are both synonyms to the word pride.
Yep.
Understanding when you read Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, the 10th chapter, the scriptures clearly say pride is not made for men. The only entity that should have any ounce of pride is Yahweh, okay? Because he did everything on this earth. So nothing belongs to us, so there's no type of pride that should belong to us. So all that's going to be brought down, and everybody's going to recognize, man.
Yeah, pride is nothing but a spiritual high.
That's right, bro.
That's all it is. It's something that you can't see. You can't necessarily see it, but it's a spiritual high. You know, it's spiritual boasting. That's what pride is. And the Lord don't deal with that, because pride makes you get in that mind frame where you think you can bump chest with the Lord.
That's right.
No. That's why the Lord don't like it. And because of the amount of pride that's on the face of the earth, he's going to do what? He's going to show you are no match. All right? That's why what is the Lord, who is the Lord using to bring out these prophecies? The lowly, the meek, the humble, the ones who admit that they have faults, the ones that admit that they need a savior. That's what the Lord is using to bring out the prophecies. He ain't using no damn multi-millionaire nigga. No fucking celebrity, man. Yeah. You know, so he gonna do that. He's making his name known clearly through the prophets, man. Okay, get that Psalm 65:5 real quick, since we on that point of Yahweh Bashanah Shai getting his point across. Go ahead.
All right, this is Psalm 65:5.
Go ahead.
By terrible things.
By what, brother?
By terrible things.
Go ahead.
And righteousness. Wilt thou answer us?
That's right. So the Lord gonna answer us. He gonna answer our prayers with terrible things, man. We talking about catastrophic earthquakes coming to America, man. Okay, don't think that an earthquake is just something that can happen in Nepal, that can devastate Nepal or devastate Indonesia or Japan, but it can't really affect America on that magnitude. We'll probably just get little tremors. No. It's going to be an earthquake that's going to happen in America that's going to light this motherfucker up, man. We're talking about thousands going to drop, man.
Tsunamis.
Yeah, let's name them, man. Let's name them. What's
tornadoes, man.
Yeah.
Heat waves.
Winter storm.
Blizzards.
Heat waves, blizzards. What's some more, man?
Hailstorms.
Raining.
Yep.
Yeah, black ice.
Yep. What else going to definitely? We talking about on the catastrophic level. We ain't talking about what happened on the common. We talking about all these things that you see happening over in the eastern area. It's gonna happen over here in America.
Yeah, mudslides.
We talking about sinkholes, major terrorist attacks. You know, because the last big terrorist attack that really popped off here in America was 9/11. We talking about major terrorist attacks coming. What else, man? We talking about a lot of things is coming, man.
Oh, just random deaths too.
Yep.
You know, I had a situation. You know, somebody I know from the world, his son just died, man. Like a baby son, man. Like just random deaths. Like most I can just stop the ticker, man. You know what I'm saying? That's super light work, man.
Yeah, like that the brother Gamal said, EMP.
Yep.
You know, shit. We talking about hurricanes, man. We talking about volcano eruptions. We talking about man, Leviathan.
Yeah.
Wild beast.
That's called there. Yellowstone can go off.
Yeah. Hawaii might get sucked in by a whirlpool.
Yeah. Hey, the Lord has, because he said he's gonna do a new thing in the earth. The Lord has some very, very special situations for America. You ain't just gonna get off the ropes.
Unique judgments.
Yeah, it's gonna be very unique. Yeah, cannibalism. You know, cannibalism is something, man. So don't think that these things can't happen over here in America. You see it on TV over in Asia and in the Middle East, and you think, oh, that's something that won't happen over here. No, you just being preserved, my man.
Yeah, everybody gonna get touched.
Yep. And the Lord said, read that again. Then y'all brothers can grab the precepts.
All right, this is Psalm 65:5. By terrible things and righteousness wilt thou answer us, O Yahweh of our salvation.
Go ahead.
Who art the confidence of all the ends of the earth.
That's right. So we put our confidence in Yahweh Bashanah Shai. You know, we go to the highways and byways and we declare his counsel. Like the scriptures tell you in Acts the 20th chapter, it said we have not shunned to declare the whole counsel unto you, man. All right? Meaning we give you all the prophecies, man. We don't hold nothing back. We tell you that the so-called black woman is gonna die in droves.
Yeah.
We talking about droves,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
All right, a lot of you black women, man, you gonna get touched out here, man.
Right.
You know, we don't hold that back.
Mm-hmm.
We tell you baby's gonna die. You know, we tell you that men are gonna die. We tell you that you Edomites going into slavery.
Old people.
Mhm. Old people.
Perish.
You know, we tell you of all of these things, man. Get your head cracked. We talking about women. We speak about women being raped by these nasty demons out here, man.
Yeah.
They gonna be raping you women all out in the street, man.
Men be
We don't. Yeah,
You
men
niggas gonna be
be
getting raped.
They gonna be getting popped up and
just off, man.
is
Scriptures is not playing when the
Yeah.
Lord said that
yeah, man.
in 2 Peter, the 2nd chapter, about brute beasts, man. When,
Yeah.
when 911 is no longer a thing, and these resources and these buildings or the ability to go into a Kroger and go get some supplies goes away,
Mm-hmm.
the ability to go down the street and go get a bottle of water,
Yep.
little things that you take for granted is going to bring out the beastliness
Yep.
of these people. These people are beasts.
That's right, Al.
They're already eating, this devil already has our people eating human flesh. It was McDonald's. He has our people, he has chemicals in the air, chemicals in the food, chemicals in the water.
Yep.
Everything is already created, you beastly people.
The
So
vibrations.
the vibration,
Yep.
everything is set for you people so that when all hell breaks loose, you're not going to be any different than hyenas,
Yeah.
baboons,
That's right.
wild dogs, monkeys, snakes. It's gonna be like being in the jungle.
Yep.
If I may say, because we were speaking about that at camp last week, we were talking about the word primitive. When you go into the word primitive, it means not secondary, it means original. So you're going to go back to your original state. The original state was not digital. The
Yep.
original state was not paying cash and credit cards.
Right.
The original state was going to make your own fire, hunt your own beasts, do everything of the natural sense.
Yeah,
You're going to go back to a natural sense. Even in 2nd Ezra, it talks about you should not regard the kings nor prince, and it says the men shall go in invading one
I
another.
got that right here if I can bring it out.
Hey, you go ahead. I mean,
Yeah.
it's up to y'all, boys.
No, man, y'all got it.
Yeah.
This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one
Also, that
another."
word sedition means a rebellious, to be rebellious of authority. So these, that like you said, the Paris race riots, they're rebelling against authority, soon to come to America. Go ahead.
If I can add to your point, even when Brother Kosh Cross speaking about authority, if you go into, add to his point, going to the word sedition, it goes into policy too. And who enforces the policy of the authorities? The police.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So even that, if you go and build on that, you can be fighting the police out here, man. It's gonna be no, yeah, right.
Oh yeah. Hey, the brother can speak on it.
You know, we all were affected by it, but I mean, it may not be national news, but like we're reading the scripture of sedition in a few hours ago, a cop got shot a few streets over from us.
Yeah. Right now, where we sit.
Like where we are
One
right
exit
now,
away.
a few exits away. One exit away, literally
One
one
exit
exit
away.
away. It was a DeKalb County cop got shot, and they sent the whole force over there, shut down the highway. So imagine, like you said, in that day when everybody takes away that piece of them, that what's the word? That humanistic side of them, of respect of another human being goes out the window.
The American reasoning.
The American reasoning goes out the window. So imagine if all of this shit happens and people are here that are watching, that are familiar with the Atlanta, all of I-20, east-west, shut down. 285, north-south, shut down. The side roads shut down for one cop getting shot. Imagine if it's just the chaos breaks out where it's full-blown war against the cops. Imagine what it's going to be like in these streets, man.
If I can say
It's going to be cold-blooded.
Because even that, men in this camp in Atlanta have been saying that for years. That the cops going out to deal with the people out here, man. And even that's going to have the next step will be what the bringing in of the National Guard. National Guard. We got the National Guard coming to try to maintain the order in these cities and maintain the policies of these cities. It's gonna be, and you gotta have World War III. You gotta have troops being sent over there National Guard, they're gonna want to send them
The
all
National-
over the place,
The
but kind
National
of lock
Guard,
down.
they gonna get tired.
Yeah.
UN troops.
You and then you in
They
troops.
gonna have to get foreign troops to come over here.
See, it's a continuation of prophecy. It's just one layer of prophecy stacking on another, on another, on another. But the thing about it is, it's only a certain number of men and a certain number of people who can see it. Because we have the spirit of prophecy and truth working with this man through the spirit given to us by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yep. And and I'm gonna say something real quick. See who's speaking about this stuff, man? The men of Great Millstone.
That's right.
All right, we just went into all kind of just different situations that's happening, and right now, you know, like the brother just said, a cop just got popped around the corner, and by the way, that's the trenches over there too. So Esau know these areas that's infested with crime, man. You know, he gonna come down hard on those areas, man. And a lot of areas that's infested with crime, guess what, man? They're near a highway.
Yep.
Majority of the hood areas and the areas where Jake is doing a lot of madness, they right by a highway. It is right off the exit, man.
Yeah, like MLK right off of 20.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. It's right off the exit. If you ride through the city of Atlanta, going from east to west, pretty much from the east side to the west side, every exit is like the hood.
Yes.
Every exit. You know, from the east side all the way through the city.
Yeah, good what? Candler, Gresham,
Yeah,
Glenwood,
flat shows.
Flat
Then you get on the
Shoals,
west
Orleans.
side. Then all of those exits right there is the hood.
Windsor,
You know.
Lee Street,
Yeah. You got MLK. You got the whole.
Joseph E. Lowry.
All of those
That's the
exits.
trenches,
All of
man.
those exits right off the main artery in the city
Yeah.
is areas where predominantly hard-headed ass Jakes live at. And why is that? Because Esau is setting it up to where it's gonna be easy infiltration, man. Esau is gonna make this thing as easy as he can for himself, man. It's not gonna make it hard, you know. So he's doing, what is he doing? He's bleeding everybody into these little compacted areas.
Simple strategy.
A simple strategy of bleeding people into a concentrated area. So when the attack comes, it's just easy. You just round them up right off the exit. You go to the next exit, boom. All right.
Hey, that's the spirit you use concentrated, because concentrated goes into the word focus.
Yep.
So he concentrates everybody into one specific area, so he can focus on a one specific area instead of a vast vicinity or a big ass area.
Yep.
And so he can control things in an easier, timely manner.
Yeah, because it's all about time and strategy with Esau. Esau understands those two things to a T. Timing and strategy.
That's why the scripture said he knows, but he has yet a short time. Okay.
He tries to master those things, time and strategy. Okay, and that's what he does.
What's that saying? Well, I've heard in movies or a song. Don't run down to catch one cow, but let's walk down and catch them all. So Esau he's strategically lining this up so in his proud devil-like mind, he could just with one quick sweep implement his new world order. But we're here to tell him through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's gonna run into a lot of issues. When you make that first move, it's gonna be, he's gonna see the complications. It's gonna be complications that he couldn't perceive in his egghead think tanks.
Yeah.
You know, Esau is big on information, so it's a big egghead devil that sits behind a computer and calculates. Well, we do this. Nah, you can't calculate the spirit.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, and you know what too? Just to add to your point, so you Edomites, the elite understand this, but you common Edomites, you don't understand that there were always stipulations when you came down on the children of Israel. You could go down on Ammon and over in the Middle East, you going down on Elam and Ishmael, and you just succeeding. You know, it's just a flawless mission. No casualties, everybody came out. Bro, every time you came down on Jake, you ran into a problem, bro. Every time. But the elite understand this. That's why he's setting up you layers of crash test dummies. You got all these different layers of reinforcement because the elite understand that there was never just an easy operation when it came to the Israelites.
Look at the Seminole Wars.
Yep.
That example going back a couple hundred years ago, the amount of trouble that the United States government had just dealing with the tribe of Reuben in Florida, man.
Yeah.
It cost them millions of dollars back then with just that war.
They was known that the word Seminole means runaway. They couldn't do nothing with the tribe of Reuben, man. So what those Reubenites and those Gadites, whom the only reason you was even able to overcome them was because prophecy had to be fulfilled. Imagine them same Reubenites and them same Gadites that's in the spirit of the Lord right now. You're in trouble. You ain't getting no double take, nigga.
Right.
You had your chance. Prophecy was fulfilled. Now those same spirits that you was jacking up back then, they right back here right now. And guess what? This time you gonna really see what you want to poke at, man.
Yeah.
All right, you want to poke? Let's play.
Yeah.
That's what the Lord is dealing with you, Edomites. And we saying all this because we tying it into prophecy, man. You know, the prophecy is those 144,000 super soldiers are gonna rise up on your ass, man, through the Spirit.
Like I said, one quick thing, real quick. Because even with the tribe of Reuben never surrendered.
Yep.
So you had Esau. There's one tribe on this continent, so to speak, that didn't even surrender. The Esau didn't even fully annihilate or defeat.
Yep.
But now you got, not only do you have all 12 tribes here, all 12 tribes.
Yep.
You got the prophets and the men of the Lord and the spirit of prophecy arising in through those men. Esau has no chance.
Yep. That's why the elite don't even live in America.
Yeah, they don't even touch
They was
it.
like, bro, hell no, bro. No.
It's like, let's travel.
Yep.
We like, I ain't leaving. Fuck.
Yeah, we ain't going over there. They
They
ain't coming over here.
here.
You got it out.
This is going on to Esau's plans. All right, so this is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 34 and 2. It says, "Whoso regard the dreams is like him that catcheth the shadow and followeth after the wind." Now the brother Albert just said, he can't determine and plan for the spirit. Okay, the spirit is like the wind. You can't follow it. It goes south, next thing you know it's going west, next thing you know it's going east. It's the same thing I was going to be in the men of the Lord. Now I wanted to bring this up because the specific word dreams, when you look into the word dreams and get the etymology of the word dreams, it means a delusion, a deception, okay, and a deviation, okay? So your plans are a dream. You're dreaming, Esau.
Yeah.
Your plans are, you're deceiving yourself.
Yep.
Because that's what the word dream means. Because you can, it says right there, can you catch a shadow? It says, can you follow after the wind?
And what the scriptures speak about, the shadow of Egypt.
That's right. And can you, and it speaks about the spirit being as the wind. That's why we prophesy to the wind.
Yep.
Because you can't follow it, man.
Yeah.
You can't determine the next direction where the spirit's going to go.
Yep.
Just like the prime example is right now.
Yeah.
In this live stream, the spirit jumps on him, to me, to this one,
It's
to
too
that
strong.
one, to that brother.
See,
You don't know who's going to jump.
You're right. The spirit of the Lord is too high of a frequency for you to control.
That's right.
The frequency of prophecy is so high that it can only be controlled by Yahweh Shai. He's the only one that can direct prophecy.
That's right.
Nobody else can control that vibration.
That's why
You can control hertz,
that's why
megahertz.
dreams are a dream, man.
You know, you can control all of these other different vibrations, but when it bass and just different measurements of vibrations, but you can't control the vibration of prophecy.
That's crazy.
It's on a higher frequency.
That's crazy.
Only Yahweh Shai can control that and direct that spirit, man.
And freaks from another dimension.
Yep, because that's exactly where it's being channeled from. That's why we speak it with power, you know, because it's from a whole nother dimension, you know. So that's the power of it. The power of prophecy is that it's going to come to pass whether you like it or not. That's where the power is at. Okay. I'm gonna read something real quick, and then you got it. This is 1 Corinthians 2 and 4. It says, and my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power.
Come on.
Okay? So we speak not according to the wisdom of America or the common understanding of America. We speak and demonstrate the spirit of power. So this is a whole nother vibration. This is a whole nother layer of frequency that was never able to be grasped in the physical realm. Because it's not generated from the physical realm.
Because when Esau made a move against the tribes of Israel, the Most High had withdrawn his spirit from this place.
Yep.
That's the only reason Esau was able to do the things he was able to do, because that frequency of prophecy, the Most High turned his back on us.
Yep.
That's the only reason Esau was able to make the motions and gain the pride that he was able to.
Yep.
Which even that spirit was still from on high. The Lord said that he set up through riches gained by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one kingdom to another. That's the only reason you got it, Esau.
Yep.
All right, but again, prophecy is telling you that your time's up too.
Yeah.
That's
It's
prophecy.
like, bro,
This is cold.
like think about how much power a prophet had. Nobody could tell him anything except Yahweh Shema Shah. You could tell a prophet, I'm gonna kill you, and that prophet is still gonna be like, whether you kill me or not, the will of Yahweh Shema Shah will be done.
That's right.
And if he wants me to die, will I die? Come on, man. What can you do with a man like that? What can you do with him? The only thing you can do is be like, the smartest thing that you elite can really do is stop.
Stop.
That's right.
Stop, give it up, come out, say what happened, say what went down. But you've gotten so deep into it that you can't do it. And that's prophecy.
Yeah, it's like Bernie, Bernie Madoff was back in the news. And you know, when you look into his story, when he was running that $1 billion Ponzi scheme, when he got caught, he basically was kind of happy he got caught, because he was like, man, he didn't know how he could keep that lie going for so long. So he was happy he got caught.
Yep.
And that's the same thing with Esau on a high level. If one devil was waiting to be caught because he was running this lie for so long that it's just like, I can't stop this lie. It's got too much momentum. You Edomites, you got way too much momentum to stop this bullshit.
Absolutely. And that's how you know that, hey, to the elite, we understand that you know the prophecies. We get it. You're preparing for the prophecies to be fulfilled. Duh. You got bunkers. What you got bunkers for?
Your preparation is prophecy.
Yeah. Everything you're all of you elite, and you just comment everybody, whether you're 2/3 or 1/3, 144,000. Everybody right now is fulfilling prophecy.
That's right.
Everybody,
Yeah,
man.
whether you're born in vain.
Yep.
Prophecy.
It's prophecy. So that's where the power is at. The power is when you actually see the prophecies for what they are, and you confirm it through your words.
Hey,
That's when the Lord protects you.
Adam Abbott is fulfilling prophecy.
Yep.
He's fulfilling prophecy. 2 Timothy's, all right, that evil men shall wax worse. They shall not endure sound doctrine. He's fulfilling prophecy as we speak. So us seeing Israelite men going to slap off, that's prophecy.
That's right.
You know.
But people say that you can do nothing against the truth before the truth. So everybody plays a role, man. Whether you 2/3 nigga, you know,
Nah.
you're off-ass camp, part of an off-ass camp. You playing right into the role of your house, why your house shot set you up to play, man. You know, you go ahead.
I got a quick one.
Yeah.
It's about. This is Ecclesiasticus of Sirach, chapter 24:7, because we brought out the testimony of the Most High is prophecy. Okay, so we're gonna see where he laid the prophecy on. Okay, it says Sirach 24:7, but all these I sought rest, and in whose inheritance shall I abide? Verse 8, so the creator of all things gave me a commandment that and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest, and said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thine inheritance in Israel. Verse 9, he created me from the beginning, before the world, and I should never fail. So the prophecy is where everything lies, like the brother said earlier, is in the Israelites.
Yeah.
And it shall never, he said, I shall never fail. These prophecies shall never fail, man. They shall never falter, but only come to pass.
And only that, like you said, only that spirit of prophecy is in the Israelites, man.
That's right.
You know, even though the heathen, they may acknowledge the prophecies, the spirit of it is only generating and flowing through the Israelites. Get that, matter of fact, get that in Psalm 78. I'll show it, because we already established that the testimony is sure, The testimony is prophecy. So let's see who got the testimony. Where is the testimony at right now? Go ahead, Al.
It is Psalms chapter 78, verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob.
Boom. That's where the prophecy is. In Jacob. Read it again, bro.
This is Psalm 78 and 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob.
Yep, and that testimony is the spirit of prophecy. You know? So that's how you know that we got to be of the seed of Jacob. Because we are the only ones who's prophesying on a crazy level. Nobody's prophesying on a high frequency like this. Everybody in these gatherings, Vocab Malone and Christianity, they speaking prosperity.
Yeah.
They speaking of American wisdom. They encouraging their congregation to go to school.
If I may
They celebrating Halloween and Christmas.
If I may say, because that's the spirit you said, you mentioned those other people, okay? Vocab Malone and all them, those other people. Because the scripture's saying, I want to say Revelation the 21st chapter, that the tabernacle of the Most High dwelleth in men. Okay? Now, if you're not coming in the correct doctrine, you're preaching an effeminate word. Man.
Yep.
All right? You're preaching an effeminate word. So the prophecy dwells in the men who prophesy. The men who gird up their loins and prophesy.
Yep.
Okay?
Like
you're weak if you ain't doing, if you ain't following this doctrine.
Yeah, you trimming your way.
That's right.
And regardless of, if you telling the people you an Israelite or not, if you ain't speaking the whole counsel, you trimming your way for some reason. And usually it's for you trying to gain followers, subscribers, women. You trying not to be persecuted hard when that time comes.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to, it's something behind you being scared. Or you have an ulterior motive. You trimming your way to seek love from somebody, man. Okay? So that goes to show you that if you ain't really establishing a true testimony of Yahweh Shai, then you ain't in the right spirit. And the Lord is showing, like, lately, especially, like, I give it like maybe these past 3 to 4 months, where you have, Sakari tapped out with the Israelite Wars ceremony. Then you had who else was in the flavor of the week?
Shad and Tribe.
Yeah, Shad Tribe. You had Shakil was getting proving himself not to have the correct counsel.
Dudes in Baltimore right now.
Yeah, you got the Israelite branch, and then you got Adam Abbott. It was somebody else too. That Great Millstone. No, there was Israelites.
Oh, okay.
But the point that I'm trying to make is, the Lord is just going through every church, through every person that's declaring they're Israelite, and he's saying like, bro, no. And essentially, Great Millstone, are the ones that's, pretty much meeting the criteria. IUIC, right now, IUIC is on the hot seat right now, man. And that seat is going to get hotter and hotter, man. And what's going to be the downfall of IUIC is going to, because you got all the women up in there, man. Yeah. Them women about to start bringing out some information because a lot of them men scared, man. Women get emotional, they spill the beans, man.
Open up, something serious.
Yep, you got you got this lady that used to be married to an IUIC member. She just raised up over $1,800 on a GoFundMe because her marriage didn't go right. They get ready to come at you, IUIC dudes, man, because you ain't following the spirit, man. You ain't following the spirit. You've compromised the name. You've compromised the doctrine. That's right. You created a business. IUIC is a business.
It's a brand. It's a brand.
Corporation.
Yeah.
Brand. Yeah.
Okay. And because you've done so, and you compromised the way of Yahweh Bashima Shai, he's about to expose that whole thing. And every little inkling of light that you had, the Lord gonna give it to the men of Great Millstone, man.
That's right.
He gonna take it from you, man. And he gonna give that gift to the men of sincere spirit, man. So that testimony is in Jacob, and even within Jacob, that testimony is in the elect.
Hey, can I make a quick point?
Absolutely.
To the commenter in the comment section of the video, YR. It says, I don't want to play Russian roulette with videos on YouTube. If you can point me in the right direction, that's all I'm asking. You have a curriculum. See, again, if you listen to the video, what we're saying right now, we're speaking, the spirit bloweth with the wind. This isn't some Edomite, DeKalb County school system class setting where the first year you're going to go through this. No, it's a spirit, and the spirit has us speaking on what we're speaking on right now.
Right.
So if your followers, if the scriptures give you the directions on how to follow men. If you want to learn, the scriptures say if you want to learn, what's that, Sirach? You want to learn, be a hearer. There's plenty of scriptures that tell you that. So just chill, relax, get your pen and pad, and listen to the teacher. All right, whatever the teacher teaches, that's what you learn. You don't ever dictate what a teacher teaches.
Right.
You never go into college and say,
Absolutely.
"Listen, I just want to." No, what the teacher gonna tell you? Matter of fact, if you not to be long with it, but I was watching the other day in Transformers. Which Transformers was that when he went to the school?
Damn.
You know the one I'm talking about when he went to school?
Yeah.
And he started seeing all those things, and the teacher was like, "This is my zone," and he kicked him out of the.
With
Shia
I think
LaBeouf.
it
It might have been the second one, I think.
First or second.
It was the second one, I believe.
He was in college?
He was in college.
Okay, it was the second one.
And remember, the professor told him, "Hey, man, this is my zone." So whatever the spirit jumped on the bishop right here, and he wanted to go into prophecy, this is what it is.
Yeah.
If anybody got a problem with how the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai flow, we don't go to Apostle Tahar and say, "Hey, we might suggest, or if you have some time,
Right.
Apostle, could you go into this?"
Right.
But whatever the spirit hit Apostles,
That's right.
Apostle Ramla when he does this video,
Yeah.
whatever the daily edification that comes from Apostle Gabar,
Yeah.
that's what we eat.
That's right. Hey, and you know what? That's heavy because I told this particular individual yesterday on the stream that we did yesterday. I gave you the steps of what you need to do. All right, then we don't have an open door policy over here. The scriptures tell you that you got to try the spirits to see if they are of the spirit, man. All right, so this ain't just you come register and you come sign up. No, first of all, we haven't really necessarily been seeing you a lot on our live streams. All right, this is maybe the second time I've seen you, so you going from, you didn't say Shalom on here or nothing. You just like, how do I join? Like, come on, man, give a little diligence in your attendance, okay? If you see me live, they show consistency on the streams. Okay?
Where you live at? Where do you live at?
Yeah, you go to the page, the content is empty, you got no subscribers. So it's like, look, man, okay? Stop trying to treat everything in the way that Esau treats his society, man. We move in a different way. If brothers telling you, hey, just build up, watch the videos, go from level to level, faith to faith, man. We all had to start at one particular point in time, man. Everybody that's in this room, the first thing that they did was start watching the videos.
Yeah, God.
All of them.
Everybody, even me.
Watch them all.
Then from that point, what do? The spirit hit you and like, get your ass out there.
See, you know what? With that spirit, that spirit, for you to make a comment, hey, and I don't know you, so this is nothing personal, but for you to make a comment, I don't want to play Russian roulette. You come in the same spirit as this Adam Abbott spirit that's out here in Israel. You just want to eat what you want to eat, and you want to fast track it to the top, man. Eat. Hey, if somebody puts bitter herbs on your plate, eat the bitter herbs. If somebody's just giving you milk, drink the milk. If they tell you, hey, you know what, this is the strong meat you gonna eat what they give you. But you don't get no choice in that. That spirit of, well, I just want to get what I want to get when I want to get it. That's how you get the Adam Abbotts. That's how you get all these other niggas in Israel, because they're impatient and they want to eat when they want to eat. All right, they want to fill their belly so they can see on a high level, man. Eat it all.
Yeah.
If your mama in the world put on your plate all the food, she gonna say eat.
That's it. Yeah, and that's that. And like I say, the spirit jumped on the brother because I actually was seeing the comments or whatnot, but I was like, I'm just keep going. But look, man, hey man, get in the right spirit, man. Just watch the videos. Add scriptures, add to the lesson, man. That's all you have to do. Just add to the lesson. Don't get on the comment board. Everybody is adding precepts. They adding information. They adding words, and you the only one on there trying to be seen, man. Come on, man. Okay, we prophesying. We bringing out the spirit. Okay. Eventually, trust me, man. Hey, don't trust me. Trust the spirit. Eventually, if you show the dedication and you show the effort, the Lord is going to give you the inspiration to find us, man. Yeah, right. Okay? It is done. It's the same process, man. The Lord is going to give you the inspiration to find where you need to go. But it's a way you got to climb the ladder. Hey, Kyle, bro, I know. Hey, man, it's all good. Hey, like you say, you just hungry. Hey, bro, remember, pace yourself when you eat. Yeah.
You know, don't you know eat. You know, hey, matter of fact, real quick,
I got something.
bring that. And somebody hold me Hebrews 12:1. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is, and like I said, this is nothing personal because it's just a spirit of, you know, we all gotta go through the same. It wasn't no choice in what we ate in this. Whatever the apostles and elders and the men that have been laboring, see the Spirit pulled them to do. That's what we gotta listen to.
That's right.
Mhm.
All right,
That's how it was before. You know, wait till wait like Sunday.
Oh man.
From the drop that sit down. You got to just soak in whatever they brought out.
Whatever it was.
Now, you ain't gonna be in the Apostles Hard comment section. What's the title for the new year? I'm hungry. Come on.
The New Year title is Your Ass Is Out.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Sirach 5. No, Salakia. This is Sirach 6 and 33. Now listen closely. It says, if thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise.
That's
so
right.
at the end of the day, when you're new to this, you have to be in the spirit of humbling down, and whatever the teacher teaches you, learn.
That's it.
It's not a matter of going to the, well, now I want to learn this right now. No, I want to learn whatever you teach me because you're the wise one. I'm not the wise one. You're the wise one. So whatever wisdom you have, please share with me.
That's right, brother.
Go right with that. Proverbs 1:5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning.
Hey, that's the step. Does not the scripture say faith coming by what? Hearing, man. Faith coming by hearing. Just hey, listen. You know, give an ear to what's going on. Remember, the Spirit of the Lord is vast. You have a lot to soak in, brother. You got more to soak in than you have to say. So I see you made a comment. And look, like I said, it ain't nothing personal. This is how we get down. We Israelites, man. You know, we want to see, you know, brothers that's hungry for Yahweh Shema Shai to come up the right way. So we got to put it out there like that, but we ain't gonna put it out there like Miss Mary Poppins, man.
Right.
Okay. Now I'm gonna say this: for you to make a statement and say you're ready to teach, come on, you gotta be more ready to hear than to speak. You see, there's a lot of information, there's a lot of breakdowns, there's a lot of words, it's a lot of etiquette.
Take your time.
You know, that you gotta soak in as an Israelite. Remember, you foreign to the whole way of the scriptures. All of us were at one point in time, so it took a particular amount of time for the Lord to even build us up, to even hold posts at camp.
Either you got two options. Either you could follow the lead that we're follow the example that we're following, which is the way of the apostles and elders.
Yep.
Or you could be another Adam addict. You could be a hot sensation for the moment.
Yep.
Until the Spirit decides to zoom in on you and show how weak you are when it comes to this. And we don't want that. That's wasted. It's prophecy, but it's a waste. And we don't want that for men that's coming up. We want you to build properly.
That's
so
right.
one day you can go from being another fellow student to an actual teacher.
Absolutely.
That's the spirit, because the scriptures say the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. We're trying to get as many sincere, because what John the Baptist says, bringing them meat for repentance. We're trying to get sincere laborers.
Yeah, we're trying to
we
get
got
the righteous.
a lot of work to do.
Bro, you know, the Tazadak Ibadian, the righteous laborers. You know, so that's what we're looking for. So just know that there's a way to come up in this thing, man. Don't force the course of how things is going. Just play your part. Hey, I'm gonna hit you with this. Hey, if we might not have a lot of time left as far as the formal camp setting goes. So if you show your diligence on the comment board, adding to the Spirit, the Lord can have mercy on you, with you on that. But if this is reflective of how you would even come down to the camp. This is you at camp on the comment board, man.
That's right.
This is exactly how you would be. But go ahead, you got it.
Yeah,
There's somebody hold that Hebrews 12.
This is Sirach, in the Apocrypha, Sirach 8 and 8. And it reads, despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs. For of them thou shalt learn instructions and how to serve great men with ease.
That's right. You know, they say how to learn how to serve great men with ease. So like you said, it's a way to come up. And you know, you just left a comment. You said in another live, you said not to be in the cheerleader spirit, and said not to be a comment board Israelite. And this is not for brothers that's just. I'm not saying that to brothers that's just waking up to the truth.
Right.
Okay, this is for men that's been on comment boards for years and hadn't stepped out there. Okay, but for brothers that's just coming in, if I could clear it up, for brothers that's just coming into the understanding of Yahweh Bashim Awashai and just trying to figure out the way to do this thing, this is entry level. This is entry level.
Right.
You got to come in this type of way. Now you shouldn't be on no comment board for 2 or 3 years and you ain't put forth an effort.
Right.
But hey, bro, if you hungry and you trying, start out like this. You know, in the spirit, you ain't trying to be no cheerleader, and you ain't trying to be no comment board Israelite. So you just work your way up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get that Hebrews 12:1, and then we're gonna go back into the lesson.
All right, this is Hebrews 12:1. Says, wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses.
Right. So YR, check this out, brother. Go ahead.
Let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us.
Go ahead.
And let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Let us do what, brother?
Let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Hey, brother, give a little patience. That's one of the fruits of the spirit, becoming patient. Okay? Endure this aspect of the ministry, man, because when you come into this level, you might think you're ready to teach, but you got to understand what comes with teaching. Okay? It's not just about teaching.
It's demons that come with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a level. It's a level. And us brothers up here, man, we be in the spirit like, damn, man, hey, man, we just got to keep going, man. You have all kind of things that be coming at you, and you still got to keep rolling with it, man. So just build yourself up to that point to where when certain things start coming your way, you rooted enough to endure, to go through it. Because eventually what happens is Jake come up that ladder too fast, and then they start catching that hell, and the first thing they start doing is they start questioning the doctrine. They start getting offended because they don't want to catch their hell.
Question themselves.
You know?
But wherever you live at, in this day and age, there should be some camp near you. So whether it's an hour away, 2 hours away, your first step should be, if the spirit is pulling you to teach, is to get with men that's been teaching. Okay, it shouldn't be in the spirit of, well, I want to teach, so I'll go out. Again, that's that Adam Abbott spirit. That's that. It's plenty of men we can name that just want to skip the training process. They want to skip the sit down and watch the video. You know, when you get a job, when you first start any new job, what they do? Orientation. Sit down. Don't even worry about being on the floor. Sit here, watch this video. If you got some questions, I'll be back. You don't start no job on the first day. You run in the store. Your first day you just got hired. Here's your key. I don't even know where the key go to. It takes somebody that's been doing it to show you this is where this goes. This is where that goes. This is how you do. And you follow that. So if you live somewhere where there's men teaching, go where they at. Don't be. We ain't in that time. That's another thing. It's that spirit of, I'm just gonna make my own way. That's not according to the scriptures. The scriptures say 2 is better than 1, man. That's right. Woe unto you that is alone. In this time, we've been laboring. These brothers been laboring. This brother 10 years. I ain't trying to leave them.
Right.
And I know they ain't trying to leave either.
And we don't want the brothers that come up under us, we don't want them brothers to leave.
Right.
The scripture say what? We believe in the saving of the souls. So with that sentiment being echoed and pushed within this particular body, we all are making sure we exhorting each other, we coming up the right way. So this body can be sealed, man. That's right. We trying to get the souls in that Yahushua desires so we can get out. So we have to make sure that we all, if you're in a position of leadership, you're going to be held to the criteria of leading. If you're coming in up under the leadership, we trying our best to make sure you're coming up in the right spirit. So you can stay. So we're not just going to come in that whole lollipop, come one, come all spirit, man. No, it's a way to do it, brother. It's a way to do it. And that's the way that's going to be stamped. Nobody's going to come and switch that up because the apostles and elders set the path through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Awashai. So we go on the path, everybody that else gonna go the same path, bro. You know? Now let's finish that Hebrews 12 and then, you know, y'all brothers got it.
Let's start from the top again.
Yeah.
Alright, this is Hebrews 12 and 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us.
Go ahead.
And let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. Looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith.
Remember, Yahweh Shai is the beginning and he's the end. He's the author and the finisher, okay, of our faith. So there's a particular way that Yahweh Shai told us to go, okay? That straight gate, okay? So if you see that way, you have to follow that way. If you don't, let's say you don't recognize that way, okay, and what you're supposed to go. You got men that's over you in the spirit that can show you the way.
That's right.
If you just it makes it easier when you have a men that's over you in the spirit. All you gotta do is just move how they move. That's it. It just makes it easy. Okay. And then in return, the men that's over you and leading you, they can't be like, yeah, I've been doing this. They gotta show you be real delicate with you. No, brother, just do it this way, brother. You know, so it just be a good flowing spirit, man. Okay, but you come in that spirit. I want to teach. Next thing you know, you trying to teach over elders in the camp.
Yeah.
You ain't got no precepts. You don't know precepts. You fell in hella tests. You know.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. Don't be in it. You may not know. You may not know who that is.
Right.
All right. You may not know. All right. We know who that is.
Yeah,
he know where he is.
Yeah, he a dry vessel, man.
But don't be that. There was a guy came up to us.
That's true.
And he just was hot. He just wanted to teach.
Yep. Right. And he was so hot, he was so fiery, and trying to just be so forward with his approach that the Lord put the spirit on a brother to get fiery on his ass, man. Yeah. So you gotta be careful, man. You know, you gotta be careful because the Lord could reciprocate the same spirit. You know, he can use any individual. I don't want to say who did it because it's the spirit. It was the spirit who did it. You know, the spirit know how to reciprocate the same energy that you bring. So come the right way. That's all you got to do. Come up the right way, man. Because it's a lot of things that can beset you, that can throw you off. There's gonna be hella hurdles, man. You got to know how to. You got to Barry Sanders this truth, man. Okay. You got to be like Barry Sanders in the truth, man. You got to know how to move. You got to have spiritual agility, man. You got to be versatile. You got to know when it's time to exercise patience. You got to know when it's time to exercise faith. You got to know when it's time to exercise brotherly love and kindness. You got to know when it's time to exercise charity. When it's time to exercise all of these different varieties of the fruits of the spirit. You got to know when to incorporate different ones. So it's a particular process that you got to embrace, man. You know, so yeah, brothers, y'all brothers got it. We'll close out in a few. Go ahead,
This is going into what the brother was just saying. This is 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. It says, "Let all things be done decently and in order." You know, going into what the brother was saying, like, you know, there's a process, man. You know, when all the brothers here, man, when they first got into the camp, they started off watching videos and. You know, I can personally testify. I watched videos for a while. You know, before I even came out to the camps. You know, I would comment every once in a while, but most of the time I was just soaking it up. You know, and then finally I went out to the camp. You know, and then there's a certain type of posture you got to even take when you at the camp. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, when you come in, when you present yourself to the altar, you know. You gotta be like a newborn babe, man. Like you don't know nothing. So you gotta even have a certain type of posture when you come into the camp. Yeah. You know?
That's right. Yeah, because when you come into camp, brothers is watching you. You know, you see there, you know, got your Bible in your hand, brothers, you know, it's a brother, but brothers is watching you, man. You know, you say bring forth a fruit meet for repentance, so we gotta check brothers out, man. Make sure brother, you know, make sure you're solid. You're solid on the doctrine. Yeah, you know, cause Jake could come in like, yeah, man, you know, I watched Great Millstone. Then 6 months later, yeah. So what y'all think about the chip? Right.
Bro, you just out here snuck in, man.
Right.
The whole time you just sitting, you on the side, not fully believing,
Yeah.
man. We can't have all that, man. So if you ain't fully convinced that the apostles and elders are great millstone of those men, don't come around, man.
Right.
Don't even come around, man. Save yourself some time, because you're gonna get got on, man.
That's right.
You know? So yeah, man.
Hashtag don't be in it.
Yeah, man. Let's don't be in it. That was funny, man.
Kind of, you know, but for the sake of the lesson, man, just come back and what we were talking about in the live stream, the testimony of prophecy. Come back and listen to the prophecy that through the Spirit that we preach.
That's right.
And with that, this is Psalm chapter 119 and 129, and I'm gonna read verse 130 as well. It says, "Thy testimonies are wonderful, therefore doth my soul keep them." Verse 130, it says, "The entrance of thy words giveth light, and giveth understanding unto the simple."
That's right. You know, and like I spoke on earlier, at one point in time, we were all simple, you know, but the testimonies and the light, you know, has made us wise. It's given us the understanding to ponder the path of our feet, you know. So now we have direction, we have vision. It's not the scripture say where there is no vision, the people fail. So through that light, we can see, okay? And a lot of you guys, you try to come around Great Millstone to steal the light, you know, but you don't want to come up under the full bondage of Yahweh Shai. You don't want to come up under this thing like that, man. You want to be able to, you know, like you want to be able to do what you can do in America, but then when the heat turn up, I've been over here the whole time. No, the hell you ain't.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's what Jake tried to do. They want to still fuck around in the ATL or fuck around in the world, and they want to have the truth in their back pocket. But then when all hell break loose, they're gonna try to appear as, I've been doing this the whole. No, you ain't, man.
Using the trump as like a trump card.
Right.
I'm using the truth as like a trump card.
Go break their little emergency case and pull the garment in the Bible up.
Right.
I had it the whole time.
Yep. Out here trying to do miracles. Can't do it.
Oh, it's a combination
That's
of the same. No,
Yeah.
man.
Don't be in it. That might be the name of the video.
Yeah, that dude is dry as hell, man. I looked him up today. That's spiritual.
Oh man.
I went on his page today, through, you know. Let's keep going. We're gonna close it out on Ecclesiastes 24, man, because
You can bring out Ecclesiastes 24.
yeah, give me Ecclesiastes. Yeah, give me Ecclesiastes 24. We're gonna start at 25, and we're gonna go all the way to. We're gonna close it out on that, man.
Okay, I'll bring it out.
Bring it out, man.
Because the premise of this whole topic and lesson was the powers in prophecy. And right now the Lord is pouring out the spirit of prophecy unto those that's in this spirit. Okay? So a lot of guys are being revealed that they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shai, and the Lord is breaking down these different camps, man. You know? And he's building up those ones that's really embracing the true bondage and the true servitude of Yahweh Shai, man. Being a true minister. That's what it's about, man. Okay? You got some brothers that's been in the camp for 5, 6, 7 years, and they don't even teach like that. But you got Jake that want to just come around and just be an all-star, man. Bro, chill, bro. It's about being a servant, man. Whether you've been on the highways and byways for 6 years and all you want to do is edit videos and upload and do the camera, you still a servant. You know, whether your gift is just to heal the brothers in the camp, make ointments and different tinctures. Okay, you still serving the body. You gotta just come as a servant, man. Come as a servant.
If I may say before we get to Sirach 24, like you said, just become a servant and a minister. Hey, I'm loosely paraphrasing, but in the Gospels it talks about one that gives water to a prophet should receive the reward of the prophet. He simply just gave water to a prophet. Something that simple will get you salvation, man. So
that's what it's about.
Just be simplistic
Yeah.
and do what you gotta do. If whether your lot be to be a daytime preacher or just to hold a song, it's all the same thing. We all gonna receive the same penny at the end of the day. All right. So whatever lot you come in, just fall in it and accept it and do it to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
Can I read this real quick if you don't mind?
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
This is 1 Peter 5:5. And it reads, likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility, for the Most High resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble. I just wanted to throw that out there.
And I'm going to address one thing real quick that I see on the comment board from Ayan Yahweh ben Israel.
Yeah.
He put 1 Corinthians 13, 9, verse 9 through 12. For we know in part and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, who is that which is perfect? Yahweh Shai. Okay? When Yahweh Shai comes, it says what? It says, then that which is in part shall be done away. Because he's going to reveal certain things unto us when he comes back that wasn't written. Understand that everything that's written, it's expected for you to understand 100%. That's what doctrine comes in at, my brother. I know you mentioned you was with HOI, but you better make sure that doctrine is pure. Because the Lord ain't giving no excuses of, oh, well, you know in part and prophesy in part. Listen, the part that you're supposed to know and you were given to know, you're supposed to know that 100%. And Yahweh Shai is expecting you to know it 100% because he laid his life down for it. That's why he said, if I shall not depart, a comforter shall not come. So because he laid his life down and he sacrificed his life, these words are expected for you to understand 100%. So if it's a lot of madness going on over there and you sticking around for whatever reason, you can't use that 1 Corinthians 13, brother. Okay? That's not an excuse to teach whatever you think your heart is telling you to teach. Because the part that you're supposed to know, the Lord expects you to know it 100%. That's why we say here at Great Millstone we have 100% truth. Because the part that was given unto us, we know it 100%. Okay? So I just wanted to address that point real quick. We're going to start putting the ball in people's court, man. Okay? We can't say we was rude, we was disrespectful. Just giving you food for thought, man. Okay? So let's get that Ecclesiastes 25, 24, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up on that, bro.
Yeah. This is Sirach chapter, Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 24, verse 25.
Yeah.
It says, he filleth all things with wisdom as Pison and as Tigris and the time of the new fruits.
Yeah, and the scripture say the Lord filleth all things with wisdom. So you can learn from everything. You can learn from a midget. You know? That's right. If you're spiritual enough. That's right. So like I said, there's really no reason for you not to understand the writings of the scriptures. Especially when you have men that's laboring every single day. Like, it was one point in time, the Captain Abba Baja here, he was doing two, 3 videos a day. And that was because the spirit was on him. But that's because he's serving. So it's out here. Okay? The breakdowns is out here. The wisdom is out here. Health, exhortation. Like this brother right here, he do real comforting videos. Okay? So it's comforted of Judah. So the word is out here. So there's no excuses. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 26, he maketh the understanding to abound like the Euphrates.
To abound. Okay? So understand what it means when they say we know in part and we prophesy in part. Okay? He didn't have men write these scriptures down so you won't know them. What kind of sense do that make?
The scriptures say the Lord is not the author of confusion.
You have an unction to know all things.
Yep. That's why when you read Revelation, the 12th chapter, Dan is not written in there. Why is it not written in there? Because he don't expect us to know that. Okay? That's why it's not written. The things that are written were what? Written aforetime for our learning. So if it's written, it's expected for you to understand it. That's the curriculum. Okay? That's not a cop-out to be like, hey, well, we teach this and y'all teach that and we all know in part and prophesying part. That's not what that scripture's talking about.
If I may say, that's why we got the book of Revelation, the 10th chapter, the fourth verse, where it says, the things that the seven thunders uttered, write them not. So that's one of the parts that we're going to get when Yahushua comes back.
Exactly.
Because we're the women, we're known as the bridegrooms or the brides of Yahushua.
That's right.
And scriptures tell you, matter of fact, in Micah the 7th chapter, I believe the 5th verse, it tells you basically not to keep thy mouth shut to her that layeth in thy bosom.
Right.
So again, that same spirit that we apply to our physical women is the same spirit that Yahweh Shem Yahushua applies to us being spiritual women. He don't tell us everything. What we know is what we need to wake up the 144,000 and the elect to get the hell up out of here. That's all we need. Like you said, those seven thunders, that'll be revealed when it's in time. But knowing how to break down Genesis, the 49th chapter, knowing how to break down the 12 tribes, the mark of the beast is the chip.
Yeah.
We supposed to know that.
It's here.
That's what this whole lesson was about being the word is powerful.
It's tying in.
Because we have to proclaim all these things. How can we proclaim if we don't know?
Yeah.
How you proclaim something that you...
That's an oxymoron.
We got stuff in the scriptures where if somebody would have asked us, what does that mean? We would be able to say, well, hey brother, we know in part and we prophesy in part. But it's a scripture clearly on it. Come on, man. Okay? So understand the Lord said he will make this to abound like the Euphrates. It's an immense amount of information out here that can be soaked in, but a lot of dudes just got a problem with Great Millstone. And it's a personal thing. It's an individual thing, man. You know? Go ahead, brother. Let's go ahead and finish this up.
Come, brother. Verse 26, he marked, that's right, he marked the understanding, Ecclesiasticus of Sirach 24 and 26, he maketh the understanding to abound like the Euphrates, and as the Jordan in the time of the harvest.
Go ahead.
Verse 27, he maketh the doctrine and the knowledge appear as the light.
As the what?
As the light.
And you can see light, man. I'm sitting inside the house right now. I can see porch lights outside. You see? So that goes to show you that it's visible. Okay?
Yeah.
The light of Yahweh Shema Shai is visible. A lot of you dudes, you're just not looking.
You love darkness.
Yep. You just like how maybe you just like how Nate teach. You like the theatrics.
Yeah.
You know, you like how the garment looks. You like
Shakespearean accent.
Yeah, you know, you just like the whole theatrics of the Israelites. But when it come down to the doctrine, we know in part, we prophesy in part about that. That's not gonna be a cop out, man. You know, and like I said, it ain't nothing personal. You know, it'll be the Spirit speaking expressly, man. And we say this out of love, man. Okay, just to put it out there. Okay, now however you take it, or however brothers take it, that's personal. Because we've already declared it's not a personal thing, but it's going to be done right, man. It's time to put all your emotions to the side and think about Yahweh Shai for once in a while, man. And how he wants it done, man. Okay? He's the one that laid his life down on the line to be that sacrifice. So put him in the forefront, man.
Right.
So however you receive it, let it be personal, man. It ain't, you know, don't let it be personal, but it's just business, man.
Right.
But Yahweh Shai will be declared and he will be put first in the matter, man. Okay? Go ahead, brother.
Continuing, Sirach 24 and 27, he says, he maketh the doctrine of knowledge appear as the light, and as Gion in the time of vintage.
Go ahead.
Verse 28, the first man knew her not perfectly.
Yeah, which that first man was Adam, which was Yahweh Shai. It tells you that 1 Corinthians the 15th chapter. They speak about the first Adam and the second Adam. So when it says the first man knew her not perfectly, that was because Adam transgressed. He went off. Okay? Go ahead, brother.
Come. It says, no more shall the last find her out.
Yeah, that last is Yahweh Shai. Okay? And he already grasped and fulfilled the knowledge and wisdom of the scriptures. Go ahead.
Gone. Verse 29, it says, for her thoughts are no Salakia, for her thoughts are more than the sea, and her counsels profounder than the great deep.
Go ahead.
verse 30, I also came out as a brook from a river.
Yeah, so the truth started out small. It went from a brook to a river, right? Go ahead, brother.
All right. He said, I also came out as a brook from a river and as a conduit into a garden.
Yeah. You know, a conduit of water that's just feeding a garden. Okay? Who is the garden? The Israelites. So you should be able to see, just by reading this scripture, who has the water? Who's juicy? You know, who's dripping?
We're like a fish out of water, man.
Come on, brother.
Hey, if I may-
Through the spirit, who's dripping? Where's the water at?
Yeah.
That's right.
Great millstone,
If
man.
I may say, because the scripture just said a conduit. You know, when we put oils on ourselves and we anoint ourselves, the oil is a conduit. The faith is what brings it to pass. It
Yep.
brings it to light.
Yep.
All right? That's what brings it to light. So
Yep.
that scripture,
25.
that's right, brother. That's why this scripture in verse 30, this is a faith-based scripture right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
That's a faith-based verse right
This
there.
is actually happening right now in our walk.
Verse, you want me to continue, brother?
Absolutely. I want you to go all the way to the end, bro.
Come, brother. Verse 31, I said, I will water my best garden.
Yeah. So who is the best garden? All right, because the Lord got a garden. His garden is Israel. But then within that garden, he got another garden, which is who? The elect. So he said he gonna water his best garden, and you starting to see what those spirits of those men that make up that number, the hopefully elect, are blossoming.
That's right, brother.
Okay. Look at the amount of, like I said, I just had to bring this brother up as one of many examples. Hey, but
Look at
hey,
the apostles, man.
yeah,
Look
but
at the
hey,
apostles,
but
man.
it's just for truth's sake, you know, because the brother go hard. Sometimes I do 8 to 10 videos a week. I might do 3 or 4 sit downs with just various brothers.
Yeah.
Hey, same thing, everybody, man. Because the Lord is doing what? He's watering that garden.
First
And at
Corinthians,
the,
the 3rd chapter.
yep. And at the same time, we remaining humble in our labor.
Yeah.
Okay? But at the same time, the Lord is putting that spirit on us because we trying to do the right thing. We trying to teach the right thing. We trying to go the right way. You know what I'm saying? And because we doing so, that water is just lit.
This is Sirach chapter. This is Sirach chapter 3, verse 17. My son, go on with thy business in meekness. So shall thou be beloved of him that is approved.
And that was an example. The brother's like, hey, speak about the apostles, but at the same time, hey, if you're doing it, you're doing it, man. Because it's all about Yahweh Shai at the end of the day, the glorification of Yahweh Shai Shai. And a lot of you Israelites, man, you in the spirit of self-glorification, man.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's right.
So
What is that?
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Doc. Yeah, go ahead, because I know you wasn't able to bring one out.
This is John 7:38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said,
Go ahead.
out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Yeah, so because that conduit is watering that best garden, you got other plants watering other plants, man. You got brothers that's giving other brothers some of their water because they got enough. So they doing what? They just dispersing. They just dispersing that water, man. You know, yeah, that's the water. I'm distributing that water. You know, some brothers.
Ecosystem.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep, like the brother said, it's an ecosystem, man. Okay, so but through process of elimination, who is really just pushing out that spirit hardcore, man, of just understanding? Who's doing videos on prophecy, on wisdom, on the Psalms? You got the Elder Yatazak in Dallas. He do proverb of the day. You know, hey, the spirit be on brothers to do Hebrew prayers. You know, the spirit be on brothers to do holy exhortation videos. Okay? Segments of just information. Okay? Go ahead, Doc.
This is Proverbs 10:21. The lips of the righteous feed many.
Just read that again. Oh, man. Go
Proverbs,
ahead, brother.
Proverbs 10:21. The lips of the righteous feed many.
The lips of the righteous feed many. That's why I tell you in Hebrews the 13th chapter, it says, let us send up a holy sacrifice with the praise of our lips.
Supplications.
That's right, brother. And because we bringing out this information, the Lord is doing what? He's blessing our lips. He's blessing our lips to be able to speak this word and help other brothers, man. You got IUIC, they'll do a 2-hour class really yelling at their congregation, man.
Yeah.
They be belittling you guys in their congregation, man. They don't be edifying you on these breakdowns.
They don't like to see growth.
They don't.
Yeah. You know? You got Johanna on a radio show, I bet that microphone stink. You know? Because he's a foul spirit. The microphone, the cotton on the microphone stink. Probably got brown particles all over it, man. The nasty nigga, man. You know? Because he ain't about uplifting the elect.
Hey,
You
it's
know?
all, but it's all the spirit, man.
Yeah.
We laugh because it's true.
Yeah, I bet that microphone will actually carry over. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Kind of, so like, you know,
I finished. It says Proverbs 10:21 says the lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom.
That's right. They say fools die for want of wisdom. You claim you want this wisdom, but remember, the scriptures say wisdom will try you out. It will take you down crooked paths. And because you don't, you want wisdom, you know, wisdom is to be acquired. Yeah, I want that wisdom.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, you gotta walk the road. The wisdom is given to you. You know, Jake be trying to goddamn climb the mountain and go the scenic route, man. Not considering, bro, there was a walk-up trail, bro. Now, you trying to go this route to impress everybody. There was a walk-up trail right there. You could have just been cool. Now your ass dangling off a cliff, crying for everybody else to help you, man. Just walk up the right way.
You know the movies where the father, the old 80 movies where the father's hard-headed, he don't want to take directions.
Yeah.
He done traveled 3 hours to get to a restaurant and shit, and the family is sitting there and ate and had water and shit. What? We went this way. He like, what the fuck? You know, went 3 hours out the way. They been there chilling, man.
Yeah, it's like, what's your problem? You know, what's your problem, man? We all went one way. You trying to go another way just so you can come and be like, I got here first. Sit down.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, the prophecy, the doctrine is out here, man. It ain't no, it's not a race against each other. You racing against your old man.
That's
they
right.
don't, they don't consider the master builders.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, go ahead, bro. It's a simplistic way of thinking.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
This is,
bro.
work harder, work smarter, not
Uh-huh.
harder.
Yeah, that's right.
This is Sirach chapter 24 and 31 again. It says, I said, I will water my best garden,
Which is the elect. Go ahead.
and I will water abundantly my garden bed.
Go ahead.
And lo, my brook becometh a river,
Uh-huh.
and my river becometh a sea.
And see, when you
Became a
read,
sea.
when you read Revelation, the book of Revelation, sea represents people. So that's how you know that the scriptures tell you in Jeremiah, the 31st chapter, the Lord said he will, in a great number, a great company, will he deliver Jerusalem. So now that river is about to turn into a sea.
That's right.
All right? So if you still in a toss-up on who got the truth and who don't got the truth, hey, man, it's too late in the game, man. You better get it together, man.
That's right.
Okay? That's right. Go ahead,
God. Verse 32. Woo. Verse 32. I will set yet my doctrine to shine as the morning.
Yeah. What does the word doctrine mean? Teachings. That's what doctrine means. He said he will make it to shine as the morning. So there's no excuses for you not to have the doctrine. You can't pull that we know in part and prophesy in part to try to compromise the doctrine. No. The doctrine is expected for you to be understood. Period. He said he will pour out doctrine as what? Prophecy. That's why the power is in the prophecy. And a lot of guys, they twisting up the prophecy, and you limiting the power of Yahushua within you.
That's right. Why would the Lord seal the books for a certain time to then wait to open the understanding up?
Right.
To then not give us the understanding. That's not the point. The point was when in the book of Revelation, when the 7 seals was opened up, that the understanding went out.
Come on, man.
So why would the Lord, here it is, there was no man on the earth, under the earth, or in heaven found worthy to open the book.
Yep.
But Yahushua spilled his own blood, sacrificed himself for us to what? Get the understanding.
And then he held back certain
But then part of it was held back.
That don't make sense.
Come on now.
Everything that's made readily available is readily available. It ain't nothing in the oven. You know how you set up a table and everybody, what a macaroni and cheese? Oh, it's coming. It's coming. No, it's here. The scriptures tell you in Habakkuk, the second chapter, make it plain upon the tables. So the doctrine is just there. Go ahead, Al.
Super quick precept.
This
is 2 Ezra chapter 14 and 45, and I'm going to read to the last verse. It says, and it came to pass when the 40 days were fulfilled that the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written, published openly.
Read that again. Read that part again, Baba Kushab.
Verse 45, and it shall come to pass when the 40 days were fulfilled that the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written publicly openly.
Published openly. Okay, meaning it's supposed to be made available. Go ahead, bro.
That the worthy and unworthy may read it.
That's right. So you got people out here that's worthy and unworthy that has opened this cover and read these scriptures. But only the ones that's predestined for salvation is going to understand everything.
That's right.
Not partial. The scriptures say do nothing by partiality. So when Paul wrote that in 1 Corinthians that we know in part and we prophesy in part, that ain't talking about the doctrine, the part that's made readily available.
Right.
That part is, like I said, I'm going to say it again. That part is required for you to understand. Period. You're supposed to understand Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, all the way to the end.
That's right.
Period.
That's why the scripture says if you have not an answer, to put your hand over your mouth and let those that are wise, the elders and the older men speak, because they should have the answer.
Yep.
So if there's something that you don't know in part, then that's what you got to keep your mouth shut and learn. But it's there. You know, we can't. Here it is. We at the end. When are we gonna get it? In the kingdom?
Right.
To do what? To not teach nobody? That's
right.
We just gonna get it all on that side, to not teach nobody.
Right. And
Come
that's
on, it's right now. The time to have it is right now.
bring it out, bro.
Come.
You know?
And you know what? That's one thing that a lot of people look for in a flawed teacher. Is they wait for him to be like, well, I don't know that. Then they be like, you don't know.
Yeah.
Whenever a teacher be like, you ever seen a teacher break down a problem or something wrong on the chalkboard, man, the whole class laughing to scorn, man.
What you talking all it is.
Yeah. They taught, so that's why, you know, it's expected for that teacher to understand every aspect of the curriculum for that grade level. Because he shouldn't be able to produce I don't know for that grade level. So that's the same thing with the Lord. The Lord, when it comes down to certain things like Dan, if we say we don't know, it's because you don't know either. Okay? Because it ain't written. That's not a part of the curriculum.
Right.
That ain't on this grade level. Okay? That's like you asking a 4th grade teacher how to do trigonometry. Like, bro, I don't know how to do no trigonometry.
Teach basic arithmetic.
Come on, go
It
ahead.
says, verse 46, but keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people. Verse 47, for in them is the spring of understanding, the fountain of wisdom, and the stream of knowledge.
Those are
and
all,
I did so.
yep, those are all analogies of water.
That's right.
Because where there is water, there is what? Life.
Right.
You know, and because the Lord has watered abundantly his best garden, we speak in so much life.
Beautiful, bro.
We speak life even off the camera. We speak life to each other, man. We let brothers know, hey, man, the video was beautiful, man. Hey, the water for encouraging us in that manner. Hey, the water for stepping up in your leadership. The water for doing this, brother. Hey, man, you got the spirit, man. You're going hard, bro. And keep fighting, man. We praying for brothers. So the water is so abundant that even off camera, we still watering.
That's right. The word encouragement, a synonym for that is uplift.
Yep.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah. Even off camera, the water is just so abundant. Even off camera, it's still dripping. It's like even in your sleep, like you still watering, like.
GMS is a bunch of Aquaman.
Yep.
That movie was us. That's coming out.
Yep.
We Aquaman.
Yep. You have spiritual dreams, and you wake up out your sleep, yelling the name of the Lord.
That's right.
Just water. You know?
Our children have more water than a lot of these camps.
It's true. No, that's true.
Our children have more drip than a lot of these grown men that claim to be teachers and prophets.
Yeah, it's true.
Our children. We were speaking before we got on camera. He was going into a dream that his son had. Powerful dream.
Yeah.
Joel, the second chapter.
You know?
My daughter, she's a 2-year-old little girl, and whenever she see me watching the videos, she said, "Is that the Shalom?"
My daughter said the same thing too. She's like, "You listening about your Hawashai?"
Yeah.
She asked you to play videos. Can you play your Hawashai videos?
Yeah, because it's a war. The spirits of all of our people, they need the water, and we have it through the Spirit.
That's right.
So that's why when they see it, they just like, oh wow, you know. But let's go ahead and finish it up, and we're gonna go ahead and close it out,
We
man.
got 2 more verses.
All right.
Sirach chapter, or 3 more verses. Sirach chapter 24 and 32. I will yet make my doctrine shine as the morning, and I will send forth her light afar off.
Go ahead.
Verse 33. I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy.
Woo! So the teachings are the prophecy.
That's right, baby.
All right. That's why that's where the power is at, in the prophecy. Go ahead.
And I'll leave it.
And do what?
And leave it.
And leave it. Go ahead.
To all ages, eons,
Yep.
forever.
Forever. So these prophecies that we're teaching, which is the doctrine, is here to stay. It's not going back into a box and bottled up.
It ain't going nowhere.
It's here for everybody, man.
Right.
It's here for my sons. It's here for these brothers' sons. It's here for their women. It's here for these prophecies are here for all ages forever, man. So if you want to use the cop-out of we know in part and we prophesy in part, it's because you ain't drinking from the right well. Okay? It's here. It's readily available. And you're going to find out real soon who the men of the Lord are. And I say this through humility, that, hey man, the men of Yahweh Bashim Shai are the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone on down.
That's right.
Okay? Let's go ahead and knock out this last verse. We're going to wrap it up.
Verse 34. It says, behold, that I have not learned, behold, that I have not labored for myself only.
Go ahead.
But for all them.
For all them, go ahead.
That seek wisdom.
That's right. So to the brother YR and the other brother, if you seek wisdom, that's why we do these sit downs. But in return, you need to listen. Okay? In return, you should listen, because we putting out a labor of love, you know, sincerely. And if you don't believe that we the only ones that have the truth, well, just go find who you think got it, man.
Yeah, young rebel.
Yeah, man.
Why almost that with young rebel, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, man. YR, I'm gonna say this, man. If you skeptical, go do your own thing, man.
Right.
Don't look to try to steal our light. We've been doing this, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna come trying to tell brothers what is and what
You
ain't.
came to us. We didn't come to you.
Go do you then, man. Just go do you, man.
You know.
If it's that hard for you to understand, if it's that hard for you to get, just go do you and find out, man. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. You know, giving all praises, glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
All right, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to the elect, the sincere men that's doing it the right way.
That's right.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Come.
We're going to 2019. Jake stuck on the earth and flat.